Just lost another 4 subscribers.
Trapped magic. It's about a witch. There's a witch in it, like a Harry Potter witch, like with a
huzzah! Or wait, did they say huzzah? No, that's it is a British film, but I don't know.
There's probably tea in it.
Ta-da!
There's probably, some tea. There's a wand, but if you drink tea, the wand works better, probably.
That would be hilarious if you saw, like, a dark film with a witch, but, like, they did, like, that really chintzy magician stuff, like, I will turn you into a toad! Poof! And then I pull a rabbit out of my sleeve. Or cheesy
She's
lines.
She's not a magician. Why is she pulling a fucking rabbit out of her sleeve?
I don't know. It'd just be kind of funny.
That's fake magic, not real magic.
But I'm just saying, how hilarious would that be if you're raining hellfire down in the city and then you're just like, and now, my bunny.
A cute
to
little
sit here
bunny.
And watch me watch the world burn.
Yes.
Everyone needs friends.
A spot of tea, Alfred. Yes. So, seriously speaking, it's a film coming out. There's a trailer posted for it, and there's also I think a couple-minute clip posted for it. Basically, we were sent the clip, and we were asked to review it. So we're going to review it.
Don't forget to mention who sent it.
I assume the creator of the...
Well, yeah, I was going to say, drop the name.
Heather.
For her. So that way, it validates us.
It's Heather.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell them, not me.
It's Heather.
Heather sent it.
It's Heather.
No, we're trying to be all professional, but I mean...
That's not our style.
No. Professionalism is not really in our range of skill sets. But nunchucks are.
So basically, the scene features the witch named Sally talking to a male character. I don't believe his name is said in the scene. But they're having an exchange. She's talking about how she was attempting to help people using her magic for good, and evidently now, obviously things have turned south. As far as production goes, it looks like it's very professionally done. The camera work is great, very smooth panning. We have a lot of good backgrounds. The colors look great.
Lighting was exceptionally controlled considering the environment too.
And then there's a scene in the trailer where we see a bunch of birds coming out of a tree. It's like a looking upward angle, which I thought was very cool. The actual dialogue, it was interesting. It seemed like the male actor was doing a very good job.
I would even go so far to say that his expressions and his control of his expressions were far beyond someone of an independent film's quality usually. He seemed much more refined. And just his ability to react without saying anything was on point.
And to be completely honest, it's the one flaw that I was able to see in the scene was Sally. And just Sally's kind of expressions, they just seemed too much like kind of falsified emotion. It was just it felt disingenuous.
It kind of felt like you were sitting there, I'm going to guess, not knowing the actress who plays Sally, that she's probably got a background in theater, because the way she's speaking and projecting herself, it very much seems like
now that you say that,
you would see an actor on stage.
Yeah.
And obviously, the kind of acting you do on like a Broadway musical or a Broadway show is very different from what you bring to film. It's a different type of acting, not necessarily one's better or worse than the other, but it's a different skill set. And I feel like her skill set, maybe she has potential, but she failed to redirect her acting skill set in that scene. And it comes off, like you said, very falsified. It seems like she's trying too hard to be dramatic.
It seemed a little... You're very right. It did seem like she was acting as though she had an audience who, was maybe farther away, and she had to kind of exaggerate her emotions. It was just very overexpressed. There were a couple different reaction shots. One in particular, which we'll put in our little box right here, where she's raising her eyebrows, and it just feels so, like, almost cartoonish. It's so overly emoted.
It seems like she's trying to control the scene, which is something more done in theater, whereas in film, the scene kind of controls the character. because the environment obviously is a little bit more intense, a little bit more, what's the word I'm looking for? Like the scene is usually set up better in film because you have a set that's more
well, yeah, because
detailed.
you don't, you have you're mic'd up, you have mics all over the place. You don't have to really.
Everything's kind of set for
like
you.
that.
You just have to be that person in the scene, whereas theater, you kind of have to make the scene.
Yeah, very true. So, to summarize, it definitely has potential. The production is definitely there. We have a lot of good cinematography. We have a lot of good setups. It seems like it's edited well. And it definitely has potential. It very well, maybe it's kind of going for a more campy direction, or maybe it just happens to be that's the scene where she was, kind of trying to push it a little bit more. So there is definitely potential there. I'm just not 100% sold on her performance based on that one scene.
Yeah, I completely agree. I mean, just in that small clip, I saw enough there to validate me watching more if we'd had more to watch. It definitely did start to pique my curiosity to follow that plot line and find out really more what's going on. But I feel like she might have done better in other scenes.
Yeah, I mean, it's really something that remains to be seen. We keep in mind we are basing this all off of a 2-minute long scene that was posted. Potential's there. It's worth checking out, but we'll have to see. We'll have to see how it translates.
For all we know, the rest of the film, she could have been exceptional, and that could have just been one scene where she struggled a little bit. But like we said before, I mean, just to sum it up, the film looked very high quality, very professional. The gentleman was exceptional, and there's a lot of potential there. And look at your torture and go, like a Sunday picnic.
The whole world's gonna know you scratched my balls.